Hi, boys and girls. I hope you're having a great day. We are going to do some fun things with tweezers today and numbers. So these are the tweezers that should be in your packet. Okay, you're going to use them with one hand. See how I'm using them with one hand and not squeezing with two? I want you to try to squeeze with one hand. And the trick to tweezers is to squeeze it down by the bottom. See how I'm squeezing it down close to the bottom? That's the trick with those. So then I want you to take, let's start with 0. See the number 0 and the number 1. And do you see all those circles inside? Those are going to be where we're going to put our pom-poms. So you should have some of these in your packet too. These are called pom-poms. Okay, we're going to use our tweezers to pick them up with one hand. Remember, squeeze. And then we're going to place them. We'll start with 0 on our circles. So I'm going to let go and try to put it right in the circle. See, and then I'll try to show you how I'm going to pick them up over here. I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to place it on the next one. Pick it up with one hand and place it. And we're going to do this all around the circles. Okay. Let's see if I can get all around number 0. 0 is just like an oval, right? I need some more. Remember, one hand and squeeze. This is really good practice, boys and girls, for writing and for cutting with scissors. It's really good for your hands, your muscles in your hands. See how I'm pinching? That's how you pinch on a pencil, too. So I'm pinching and picking up, pinching, picking up, and bringing over. See, I made the 0. Then I can make the number 1. I'm putting them right on those circles. One more. There we go. So I made 0 and 1 by pinching on my tweezers and making all of those. Then you can push them off of your paper and then go to the next numbers. What number is this one? 2, right? This is the number 2 and the number 3. And then when you're done that one, you can do number 4 and 5. And you should have all of these papers in your packet. And then number 6 and 7. And what number is this one? Remember my favorite number. It looks like a little snowman. 8. 8 has 2 circles, right? 9. Remember, 9 is the one with the circle on the top. 6 is the one with the circle on the bottom. See, this is 6 and this is 9. Okay, I want you to try to do all those numbers. So you're going to use your tweezers and pick up all these pom-poms with one hand. Okay, it's really tricky to try with one hand. And that's good for your muscles, remember, in your hand. And then once you've done all of those from 0 all the way to 9, I want you to get out this. I put this in your packet. This is called a dry erase board. It's a little mini one. And we're going to practice. This is a great thing to use your dry erase marker with. And practice writing words, your name. You could practice writing numbers. So today we're going to practice writing some of the numbers. Okay, and if you need to, you can look at your paper. So let's go back to the first paper we did. Remember, 0, 0, and 1. So I'm going to open my marker up, and I'm going to use it right on my board. And I'm going to make 0. Whoops. That's a little bit... There we go. 0. 1's easy, right? Just a line down. 0 and 1, right? Then I could go to number 2 and 3 on the next paper. So remember, I could look at my paper, and I could look at number 2, and I see how the line goes. So I'm going to look at my paper right here, and I'm going to see how that line goes. Like this. And then over for number 2 and 3. Right? Just like these. So I want you to practice writing all the way to 0 to 9. And these are, you can use your hand to erase them, but that gets a little bit of stuff on them. Or you could use a paper towel or napkin to wipe them off and keep practicing. After you get to number 9, do you know what comes next after 9? 10, right? 10. And number 10 is a 1 and a 0 together. See how there's not much space between them? The first one I wrote like this has too much space, plus the zeros first, right? If I did that, it would be 10, but there's too much space. So when you're writing a 10, you want the 1 to be really close to the 0. So 1, 0 is number 10. Now, I know you guys are super smart, so I want to see if you can go as high as you can writing all these numbers. So 11 is a 1 and a 1, and 12 is a 1 and a 2. See, 11, 12. And then remember, I can erase them. And I could do 13, 13, and 14, right? A 1 and a 4, 14. And you can keep going all the way to 20. And if you need help, because you need to look at the numbers, have your parents or your sibling write it out for you. And then you could look at the number and then copy it onto your board. And then at the very end, the last thing I want you to do is practice writing your name. I'm going to write Miss Dosty on mine. And if you already know how to write your first name, I want you to practice writing your first name and your last name. See, I wrote Miss Dosty. So, Hazel, this is tricky. So if you already know how to write Hazel, I want you to write Hazel. Okay, there's Hazel. And then your last name, right? And then I want you to write your last name under it. And then Soren, same with you. If you already know how to write Soren, I want you to write Soren and your last name. And Ellie, I want you to write your first name and your last name. I'm not going to say them on the computer, but I want you to practice writing them, okay? Practice writing your first name and your last, because I think all of you already know how to write your name. So I want you to practice writing your first name and your last name all together on your board, okay? So I hope you guys have fun playing with your tweezers. And remember, good practice. Pick up those pom-poms with one hand. You know what's fun too? Sometimes I throw the pom-poms on the floor and then try to find a bowl and pick up as many as I can up in 1 minute. And then I count them out and see how many I got. It's kind of a fun game. So when you're all done, if you want to play that game, you could. And just throw them onto the floor and as quick as you can, pick them all up and put them in your bowl for 1 minute. And then count how many, see how many you got. I bet you guys can do it really fast. Okay? I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye.